Now we're back for this one. I'm your host, as always, Chad Bordo. Joining me is the... I just realized I opened up the stream and not the chat, so there's that. I don't give a fuck. Joining me is the co-host of co-hosts. He just got done defeating the bubonic plague. It was mono.
It was mono. It might as well have been the bubonic plague, because would anyone give me anything for it? Fuck no.
They didn't give you anything. They didn't give you anything for mono.
No. Now, granted, I don't know that. I'm pretty sure that nothing actually treats mono, just the symptoms. But still, someone give me. I went to 4 doctors and no one hooked me up.
Another way of saying that is Zach was a big giant baby man and he wasn't allowed to get the baby drugs.
Damn straight.
So I gotta ask, for the whole world to hear, was it your girlfriend that gave you mono, and who gave it to her?
Yes, and uncertain.
Oh no.
But I mean, she hasn't had it recently. It's been a while.
So who the fuck gave it to you then? Who have you been snogging with?
I mean, it was her, but I mean, it's not mono, like the bacteria or virus, whatever the fuck it is. It stays with you for like a couple of years.
That doesn't seem right.
It's a thing, man.
I'm gonna need to look this up. Speaking of things to look up, Michael Elgin versus Eddie Edwards, match 1 here on Making an Impact, because you're where the Impact recap show here at RealNerdCorp.com. Thacker, you've been MIA for a few days.
Correct.
You're going to be expected to show up tomorrow.
All right.
You're going to be expected to be caught up on the boys.
Did you do...
We did.
Did you guys talk boys last week?
We did.
Okay, so what's the next little chunk?
Well, did you read the last little chunk?
Yeah.
You need to read arcs 2 and 3, just so you're caught up. And we're discussing arcs 4 and 5.
Okay.
Discuss.
No big deal.
Dude, arcs 2 and 3 are fucking crazy.
They are. Holy shit.
Like, oh my god, fucking little Huey fucking ripping a hole in people. Like, what the hell? Speaking of ripping a hole in people, that's what Michael Elgin tried to do to Eddie Edwards, but he was unsuccessful. By the by, Eddie Edwards, now a father. Congrats to Eddie and Lish.
Oh, congratulations.
She was apparently 9 months pregnant the entire time.
Shocking.
No, they formally adopted a girl named Poppy. It's even more adorable because they adopted.
That makes so much more sense.
I don't know if they were fostering Poppy or if Poppy was someone's daughter that they knew and now they're taking over responsibility. I don't know what the deal is. There's no real explanation. Now Eddie and Alicia have Poppy Edwards. You got AIP, Mrs. AIP, and little AIP. That's anything is possible because Zach seems to be stupefied by it. So Elgin and Eddie are having great matches. Easily the early feud of the year, just in terms of quality alone.
Mm-hmm.
Elgin gets the win, though, because you got to have the face come back for the big comeback.
Of course.
Of course. Any thoughts on Eddie and Elgin?
I mean, I can't disagree. Eddie, Elgin have been putting on great matches every time they've been in the ring together, which I suspected would be the case after the first encounter. And I do like we had this kind of setup last year when they were down in Mexico, where so it's not unexpected to see the same groupings of matches over and over again, but I like that they actually are this isn't just the same match over and over again. This is a best of 5 series.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that there's an actual, like, someone thought through it so that there's an actual purpose for it.
You know, I'll be honest. Impact's not the biggest game in town. I know.
Yeah.
Dropping some hot takes on that one.
Oh, man.
And while I'm never going to be a fan of the intergender, I will say, in succession, the best book shows are probably NWA, MLW, and Impact in that order. And that's not a shot taken at any of those 3 in any particular order. You know, I'm not chastising Impact. I just don't like the intergender, so that's going to hurt the standing in my regard. But, like, if in my head, it's like, technically I think New Japan probably has the best, but they always go super overboard with the main events. I would say New Japan's probably like a 95 out of 100. I'd say NWA is probably a 92, MLW is probably a 90, and Impact's probably like an 88. So, like, by no means are these, like, huge chasms. And part of the reason why I think Impact's booking is so good is because they are developing a roster full of really good wrestlers. You know, you got Eddie, you got Elgin, you got Alexander, you got Ethan Page, you got the Rascals, you got Callahan, you got OVE. Shit, Shamrock still has something to offer. Moose has something to offer. It's a really technically sound group of talent. Even like Taya and Jordynne Grace and Tessa Blanchard. really, really solid and phenomenal talents in terms of work rate. So this is a really deep roster in that regard. And they also are able to magnify off of that because they're also really great talkers, which is, I think, an issue with MLW. They got a lot of great talent, but not a lot of them are great talkers. So, because they have a little stable development between Davey Boy Smith Jr., Brian Pillman Jr., Marshall, and Ross Von Erich. And swear to God, if you were to like shift all their tonal differences in their voices to be the same kind of monosyllabic hum, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart because they have the same cadence, the same, you know, I'm the good guy kind of delivery. And that's not always the best way to go about things. And that's one of the things I think was really strong in the Impact is their ability to really differentiate their characters. Granted, Eddie and Elgin aren't the 2 guys you're going to be talking about when you're talking about great promos, but they're really good in the ring. So Eddie's down 0-2. It's sad day, but he's now a dad, so it's good day.
Yes, good day.
Good day.
Good bad day.
Good bad day. Bad good day. So Taya Valkyrie has spent her entire title reign proving people wrong. She intends to do it one more time tonight. That's just what it says on the little thing. We then get Gabby Lauren interviewing Taya Valkyrie. Taya's like, I'm not going to lose. I'm going to beat you. Pretty standard promo. Any thoughts on Taya's little promo adventures?
No, not really.
We then get Madman Dreadlock taking on Daga. It does not go Daga's way.
No.
Madman Fulton
showed Daga Richards.
Poor Daga Richards. Poor Spanish Daga. Poor Spanish Davey. Showed up to Mexico and had to face a what would you call that? Raven hair dyed Fulton.
Yeah.
He was all like, hey, guess what? I'm going to do things to you. And Daga's like, I'm not going to know. And Madman's like, yeah. And Daga's like, fuck. Didn't go his way. Madman Fulton wins. This might be Fulton's biggest win, by the way.
Yeah, I could see that.
Although, to be fair, Fulton, despite the fact of having a 14-foot advantage over Daga, still got Germaned and DVD'd and still needed the Christ boys to help him win.
Yeah.
So all things being even, biggest win? Not his most impressive one. I'm a fan of the heels winning clean.
Yes, I wish everyone else was.
Right? Yeah, you don't need to cheat to win. Just be a dick about it.
Right.
People hate showboaters. At least they're supposed to. I wonder if maybe we should take a more conventional approach to booking good guys and bad guys, because why outright say someone's the villain, someone's the face? shouldn't we let the fans decide? Because culturally speaking, different people gravitate to different individuals.
That's true.
So.
I mean, I hear you.
Because you wouldn't need to do you wouldn't need to do much different. Just don't have every heel cheat.
Yeah.
Like it's like with MMA, you don't intentionally book a heel. One just emerges. No one tries to be John Jones. They just end up being John Jones. And then if you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, you're essentially Conor McGregor. And then somehow, if you're Khabib Nurmagomedov, you can cause a riot, get a bunch of people hurt, and be seen as a good guy because you donate money to a dude you beat the shit out of charity. I'm just saying, like, or wrestling needs to be as organic as real sports. I just think it makes sense. Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here. I'm taking it all in.
So I got Home Improvement on the TV, as one does while recording a podcast.
Of course.
And Heidi is wearing this beige tan hugging dress that both breathes and somehow contours to all of her lines perfectly. And I'm just gonna say, oh, 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 oh. What was the predecessor to the Heidi? What was Pam Anderson's name?
I don't know.
If only we had a device that you could Google something, search something, if you will.
Let's take a look, shall we?
I want to say it's like something really generic, like Sarah, or Stephanie, or Katie, or Botswana.
So generic.
I mean, I went to school with 4 Botswanas, so like, you know.
Let's see.
4 Botswanas and 13 Copernicais. It's a family name.
Lisa.
See, I knew it was something generic as fuck.
So generic.
Pam Anderson, Lisa. I don't know what Heidi's actress's name is. I just know she's Heidi, and I'm fine with that.
Debbie Dunning.
Debbie Dunning. Is it Debbie Dunning or Debbie Dinning?
Dunning.
Dunning?
Dunning.
Dunn. Shit. So we then get a promo where Rhino beats up Moose. I'm for that. I'm so for that because go back 15 years. Yeah, almost 15 years to the day, actually. Kevin Nash was getting his massager. And then, actually, it's about 14 years and 11 months and 2 weeks. And Jeff Jarrett tried to wackadoo Nash in the backaroo while Nash was getting a massageroo.
Oh, yeah, we saw that.
Yes, we did. And the only reason that Nash knew that was coming because Shane Douglas stood up awkwardly. Which, in hindsight, is a really great activation cue for the performer to know that he needs to move.
It is.
Like, you tell Jeff, when Shane stands up, you swing, and then you tell Nash, when Shane stands up, you slide to your right. Like, it's fucking perfect. So diabolical. Are you down with the animal and animal violence continuing on until Sacrifice?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Which will happen on February 22nd on Impact Plus Rooney.
Ooh. Yeah, I can dig it. I'm all about the fake animal on fake animal violence.
Michael Vick would enjoy the storyline, I feel.
Yes. Although maybe he wouldn't because it's not real animal.
Well, I think maybe he would because he's reformed. And maybe he's a pro wrestling fan.
Maybe.
Think about it.
Who could say?
The only problem I have with this is Sacrifice is going to air before the next set of tapings airs, and the next set of tapings have already happened. That's kind of the thing they need to stop doing.
Yeah.
Because
it'd be real great if they did do that.
Because it kind of, in some cases, like Moose and Rhino, you don't really know who's going to win. But if you put, a title match at Sacrifice, say Tessa versus Callahan. Well, I can tell you Tessa's the champion going into the Vegas taping still, so that's not exactly the best thing in the world.
No.
They are gearing up for Lockdown, though. Yeah. And they just announced that David Penzer is going to be part of the NWA TNA No Place Like Home event. I shouldn't say NWA TNA, it's just TNA. But so David Penzer is going to be on the mic going, the rated R, so that's Tony Timberline now. Just fuck off. Fuck off. We then get Ethan Page with Josh Alexander versus Falaba with TJ Fee. I love Falaba's new gear.
Yeah, that was pretty tight.
It's pretty delicious, not gonna lie. Falaba tried to give KM gear. KM didn't fit in it, really. Now TJP is giving Falaba gear. Falaba did fit in it. And Falaba looks so different than when he debuted 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Keep up the weight loss, my good man. You deserve a long, happy, healthy life. I like these matches, though. I think Falaba's a really fun character wrestler. He's not going to be, 30-minute work rate Kenny Omega.
Right.
But he can put on 7 to 10 minutes. Especially with another great character wrestler like Ethan Page, who can really make anyone look good. Hard body Ethan Page. Big body Ethan Page. Thoughts on Ethan Page and Falaba and the eventual build-up to their tag team title match?
Not too much. I was actually a little surprised that Ethan Page got the L, but seeing that it looks like they're gonna build up to the North versus Ba and TJP, I can dig it.
Fall to the Fala. Fall to the Fala. Speaking of fallen, Susie has fallen and Rosemary has risen. Su Yung has risen. One of those is right.
Yeah. Rosemary not here this week.
Not here this week, although she is because this was all filmed in the same, 3 days.
Yeah.
So now that Su Young's aware of her shit, she's not going to take any of this shit. James Mitchell looking fierce in that fucking rose and skull fucking jacket, man. I'm telling you what. That's some righteous stuff. What do you think of the Rose, not the Rose, the Su Yung and Susie combo? Because we got a new wrinkle into the character.
Yes, and that they are now the two personalities are now aware of each other. Essentially.
Would you say they're aware of each other or they've merged?
Yeah, merge probably works a little better because Susie's now a little angry.
She's not that sweet, bubbly fantasy Susie. Now she's that ferocious, angry, want to stab you fantasy girl. Chad's got some weird fantasies, I tell you what.
Yes. Chad has issues that he needs to work out.
Chad, if you sleep with her, you're going to need to wear a bulletproof vest. So I would recommend against it. You just see me ruffling through a bunch of stuff in my drawer. Hang on, I think I got one. Ha Yahtzee. Chad, she's going to try to kill you if you sleep with her. So you're saying it's going to be fun. I'm saying she's going to stab you. So light foreplay. I'm not nearly that twisted.
I like the Su Yung stuff. I like the new wrinkle. I kind of wish it was being played out a little bit longer. Personally, because I like the dynamic. I like the Rosemary James Mitchell shenanigans. So good, so much fun. I just hope that it's not quite done with yet.
Well, I was just about to say, just because we're getting a new altered carbon of Susie, if you will. I haven't seen the show, so I don't know if that's accurate. I'm sure it's close. Just because we're getting a new altered version of Susie doesn't mean that we're going to get less Rosemary and James Storm, because they've been going at it since, Allie was in Impact.
It's true.
That's 18, 20 months ago.
Though in the second part of this little thing that they showed this week, James Mitchell winds up back in the Undead Realm. I don't know what that means. It could be a way to write him off for a little bit, or it could be a way to further things along. I don't know.
Well, he was already in the Undead Realm once, so
it's true.
Back door.
I mean, it's not. I mean, he wasn't like, "Oh shit, I'm in the Undead Realm." He's like, "Well, I guess I'm home now."
Let's go find the red guy. That's more Sandman talking about James Storm. No, Sandman talking about James Mitchell. God damn it. RVD with his booty shaking, Botox injected, well endowed female companion, Katie Forbes, is rocking and rolling, clapping and slapping her way to the ring to take on Joey Ryan. Joey tries to get Rob Van Dam to touch it. Rob Van Dam is not dealing with it. Kicks him in the face, hits him with a 5-star. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
I think James Mitchell was locked in the Undead Realm so that Susie could take care of Jessica Havoc on her own.
It's true. I did find it interesting that we saw Jessica Havoc at the beginning, but when we came back to it, was nowhere to be found.
By the
by,
by.
I'm complaining. Just saying.
By the by. Watching Susie drag, or Sue Young drag James Mitchell across the floor. Aces.
Yeah.
Aces. She chokes out James Mitchell and we move on.
Chad's into some weird shit, man.
Yeah. Quite literally, the only things I'm really into is pretty girls talking to me.
Uh-huh.
I get all bashful. I'm like, oh, I get like goofy. Oh, yuck, yuck, yuck. I start pulling my nose out of my face somehow. I don't know how Goofy did that, but hey, there you go. So we then get Willie Mack talking to Johnny Swinger. I need more of that in my life. Shera with Rohit and Gama take on Willie Mack and beats him because of a DQ. Because Rohit attacks Willie. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. Rohit attacks Willie, so Willie Mack gets disqualified? Oh, it ends in a no contest. Never mind.
Correct.
I thought it was a DQ. I was very confused. So that's whatever. The match is restarted as a tag match with Mack tagging with Swinger against Rohit and Shera. There was no Ted Long going, it's going to be a tag team match, player. So I was instantly not into it.
Fair.
I once had an opportunity to have a tag team match with two women at once. But when the opportunity arose, I was looking for Teddy Long. I just went, if he's not here to tell me it's going to be a tag team match play, I don't want to be a part of this. And then two women slowly put on their clothes, and I left. And then I realized, oh, shit, there's only three of us. It would have been a handicap match. Do you get it? Do you get it? Come on, Zach. Come on. Come on. You get it.
I get it.
It's going to be a threesome. But Teddy Long wasn't there to say it was going to be a threesome, so I was like, nah. So eventually the Dusty Hit Squad get the win again. Well, I shouldn't say again because it was a no contest the first time. You know what I really like?
What?
You ever have those donuts? Like it's not like a jelly donut or like a chocolate filling. I think it's like a cream filling, but it has like a tannish tint to it. What are those? Bear claws? Bear claws? I like those.
I don't. Do bear claws have filling?
I don't know. It's like the ones I'm thinking of come from I think Krispy Kreme, and I don't know if you all get Krispy Kreme. out in there in the boonies.
I mean, we have Krispy Kreme. I don't
Do you
typically
have
partake.
do you have something called Dunkin' Donuts?
Yes.
Fascinating. I think they used to have them because Dunkin' Donuts used to have their jelly donuts were powdered, and they used to have whatever this was. It was like a cream filling. They were fucking good. Like, it wasn't chocolate, but it wasn't just cream, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Like Bavarian cream filling or some shit.
I don't know if that's right. I just know that it was like a different kind of cream, and I fucking love those. Like, that's like the greatest cream filling of all donuts. Just throwing that one out there. I don't know why I thought of that, but there it is. So Desi wins. Desi's on a bit of a roll.
Yeah.
So Ace Austin and I are vibing on the same levels because Ace Austin told Tessa Blanchard, I kind of like a girl with daddy issues. Vibing so hard together. Tessa, of course, knocks him the fuck out. Then Gabby talks. She's a talking to Tessa, and that's when Ace says the dumb shit. And then there's a champ versus champ match at Sacrifice. Spoiler alert. It's not going to be Ace's night. Ace talks about her earning her father's approval and gets a little too close. Blah blah blah. On the final before Sacrifice, Tessa will team with Trey and Tommy to face Ace and Reno Scum, friends of the show. Then we got this ICU. Scan the code.
We've been getting it for the past couple weeks.
Yes, but we haven't been on for the last couple weeks. So,
true.
What do you take of this? Because on the little Twitter account for ICU, they have 5 TV screens and then 5 computers.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you happen to scan the QR code when it popped up on the screen?
I did not because I don't have a cell phone that works with a photo anymore. Did you?
I did.
Look at you.
It doesn't really. What's that?
Look at you doing actual work.
What came up is it's it's an odd website. Here, I can even give you the link because I actually have the website here.
The website's actually listed on the Twitter account, so I'm already there.
Oh, well then why the fuck do I need to scan the code?
Oh, I guess you don't anymore.
Well, that's true.
So we got a video with Moose, a bunch of Impact wrestlers, barbed wire, reality being lost.
Yes.
ICU.
So the message on the website reads, "Did you crack the first code? If so, then welcome to realityslost.com. Congratulations, you weren't too stupid to figure out how to scan a QR code."
I feel like that's a shot at me, and I'm offended.
The old timers in Impact Management really need to invest in a better firewall system because this is getting too easy. Those idiots behind the scenes have no clue what is even going on, as their generation barely have the knowledge to even send an email. What's the end game? Fame, fortune, clout? None of the above. I want to expose people for what they truly are, fakes. Signed, #IC.
So there's also another posting from January 14th. It says, "We're live, pal," which is something that Donnie says to Josh all the time. "We're live, pal. Our society is disappearing into a virtual world of fakes and false prophets. Everyone puts on a mask online as they hide who they are truly in the real world. Not me there, sir. Not me. Social media grows stranger by the day. While we forget what we truly are, I must teach this world a lesson of grave importance. The question is when. #ICU. So I'm going to just say this. This literally sounds like what Sami Callihan's gimmick was supposed to be in NXT, only actually good.
Yeah.
So there's actually, this is like a cross section of a few things. A hacker gimmick, which was what Sami Callihan's gimmick was. Then you have, you're not going to remember this whatsoever, or even probably have heard of it. Do you remember Legends? No, was it Legends of the Fall? That's a movie.
Age of the Fall?
You do remember.
With frickin' Jimmy Jacobs?
Yes! Look at you actually knowing indie wrestling. I'm so surprised.
Tyler Black was part of that one.
Yes, he was! Look at you! It was Brody Lee Delirious, Jimmy Jacobs, Joey Matthews, Lacey, Leva Bates, Mr. Milo Beasley. Leva Bates and Milo Beasley were part of FIP, which is Ring of Honor's feeder system. At least was. Mischief, Necro Butcher, Rain, who was also with FIP. Zach Gowen, and Tyler Bates.
Zach Gowen?
Yes. They started with this kind of cryptic messages on a blog called Project 161. So very similar vibes I'm getting from this. I'm curious to see where this goes. Now, there is something I should point out. There is a contract that expires in 2.5 weeks.
And what contract is that?
Oh, yeah! Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Matthew,
Matthew Hardy. Matt Hardy, version 1. I mean...
Well.
It makes sense. Now, there was no big reveal at the Vegas tapings. Then again, is this the last Mexico show? I ask knowing full, you probably don't know the answer to that.
I didn't hear what you asked.
I asked if this is the last Mexico show.
No idea.
If it's the last Mexico show, that would mean the next 2 weeks will be in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that more than likely, Sacrifice would be after the Vegas shows.
And that makes sense.
I mean, you would hope. I thought they shot enough content there, though, to take them past February. 2 weeks. They only had 2 days of tapings. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to sync up just right. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Oh, yes. Then in the main event, Taya Valkyrie versus Jordynne Grace for the Knockouts Championship, and Jordynne wins.
Yay!
Lol, Jordynne wins. By the by,
boyhood dream comes true.
I don't think it's a boyhood dream.
I know, but it's always their dream.
I was going to say something, but you fucked me up there, dick bag. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Why does their Impact website not have YouTube videos? Did you realize that?
That's a great question. Yeah, why do they have like a different player?
Dem's the questions.
I mean, you're already putting the shit on YouTube. Just embed the video.
Right? I make all the questions. You change all the rules. Yeah, I need to do something real fast. And we're copying the image. And we're saving the image. Jordynne Grace. And now we got the cover image for tonight's episode. 22 Skidoo. What do you think about Jordynne win the title? I seem to have lost Zach.
Nope, I'm here.
What do you think?
Cutting out.
Oh, you keep cutting out. What do you think about Jordynne winning the title?
I knew it was going to happen eventually. So I'm good with it. I think Jordynne as a wrestler is a great hand. She has a great look to her, and I kind of go back and forth with. I like that they did it on a what to the people audience at home is a regular Impact, but to the people there, they're touring in Mexico for a short amount of time, give them a title win to go home to. At the same time, I also would have liked, Taya's historic reign, the longest reign in wrestling today, to have ended at a bigger event.
There's a part of me that agrees with that. There's also part of me that doesn't, because on one hand, when you do these big tours, capping off with a big title change means a lot.
Right.
And I think it means as much as winning at a pay-per-view, especially when you're in the main event of the flagship show. I understand specifically what you're saying is you wanted to see it happen live.
Right.
I think it's more your point. And I do agree with that. Because it just makes it simpler. You don't need to, well, she won it on, the 4th, but it aired on the 12th. Like, with wrestling statisticians, that pisses us off. I get that. I think it's the right move. I think she's the right champion. And they need to give her a long run as well. She's too physical of a wrestler to just kind of take the belt off of her. And she's really improved on her look since joining the company. Like, when she first joined up, she was just doing a ponytail, barely any makeup, very simple looking singlet with a pretty, hack-ass, silhouette of her as her logo kind of thing. Now she looks very Amazonian, very Glamazonian, if you want to go with the Beth Phoenix route. She definitely has a unique pizzazz to her. She definitely has much more of a star quality because she's actually put in the effort to improve upon just, her gear and her general aesthetic. And I think it's paid off. I think she looks like $1 million and she wrestles like $2 million. So, all things being even, I think it's pretty good. So next week we're still in Mexico. I just looked it up because apparently the Impact show does Sacrifices next Saturday. So you can't air 2 episodes from Las Vegas in 1 week. I don't know. Like time and shit. Like who would have fucking thought? Fucking flabbergasted, man. So to be fair, Sacrifice isn't the only show next weekend. Outbreak. I'm not sure that's a great name, considering all that's going on.
Yeah.
But they had it named. Are we
gonna get Corona from this?
No, we're gonna have Coronas.
In
the afternoon, and you put a little lime in it, with a little lemon and Coronas. I don't drink, so I don't know. So that's gonna be Friday at OVW's Lexington. Oh no, it's not at OVW's. It's Impact and OVW weekend at the Lexington Ice Center at 560 Eureka Spring Drive. Eureka, I think Lexington's got it. 'Cause they do. Then OVW and Impact continue on into Sacrifice. Got a match card. Then we got Impact A-Town Beatdown March 6th and 7th in Atlanta. And then we have Lockdown at St. Clair College on March 28th, with April 3rd being the TNA There's No Place Like Home event. And then the big pay-per-view is Rebellion on April 19th. That's what they're probably building up to. So here's the card for Sacrifice. Tessa and Ace Austin in a title for title.
Okay.
Well, it says
title.
I was about to say it says champions collide, so it may not be title for title.
Okay.
So clarity. Battle of the Beasts in Louisville. Rhino versus Moose. Daga brings the fight to OVE's Jake Christ. New Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace is taking home, but they have announced Aces and Eights will run Wild again at WrestleCon. Chris Sabin is returning from his long sabbatical with an injury. Hail Sabin. Chris Harris, the Wildcat, is back in action.
Ooh.
Yes, I know you're excited for the Chris Harris. Scotty Steiner's back, too. Big Papa Punk's your hookup. Petey Williams is back alongside Scott Steiner. Then we got Amazing Red. Disco Inferno. We have the Ultimate X match will be back, as well as the King of the Mountain. And just announced today, David Penzer will be there to announce the event. Are you excited for David Penzer?
Yeah, I can dig it.
Can you dig it?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Any other newsies get you excited for anything?
No, not really.
A little popping and locking, maybe.
Good old pop and lock.
Pop and lock, maybe a little disco boogie. Not to be confused with a disco boogie.
Of course.
Let's see. Teen Dream. Just gonna go through the news real fast and see what's up. Of course, you're gonna be a dick website. Hey, guess what, websites? I'm not gonna turn off my ad blocker. You can tell me I have to turn off my ad blocker, but you know what's gonna end up happening? I'm gonna stop going to your website, bitch. Like, you wanna play this game of fucking chicken, you're gonna fucking lose, son.
You know what's even better?
What?
When like websites ask you to turn off their ad block, but the content they have on their website is technically illegal.
Ah, yes. Like, say, TV shows and or comics that you don't need to pay for.
Correct. Not that we ever go on those sites.
No. What? Us? Never.
But the audacity to ask to turn off ad block.
That is pretty outrageous. I'm not even going to pretend otherwise. Like, bitch, you are making money off of illegal bullshit. And then you're going to have the audacity to tell me to turn off my goddamn ad blocker because I'm trying to prevent pop-ups? You cunt. Fuck right the hell off. Like, I stopped going to PW Insider because they don't have a continue without doing the thing tab. Like, no, fuck that noise. So, Jeff Cobb is going to debut in AEW next week. And I'm confused as to why they're having Jeff Cobb debut against Jon Moxley.
So, Jeff Cobb.
Matanza Cueto.
Matanza Cueto. Ah, that's right. I was like, I knew that name.
He was in Ring of Honor in New Japan. I guess he's not anymore.
Yes. Why are we debuting him against Moxley?
I don't know. That's a dumb idea.
Isn't Moxley in like the middle of a push to the World Championship, or at least in a championship feud?
Yes, I do believe that Jericho is the one debuting the Cobb. The corn on the cob, if you will. And like his hype debut for AEW is so bad. They show a bunch of shots of Hawaii and like a volcano. I'm not sure if that's
okay.
I'm not sure if that's offensive or not, but I'll be offended for you, Jeff. Are they trying to imply that Hawaii is nothing but a lava-covered island? Rude.
How dare they?
I don't know if I like the move for Jeff Cobb to go to AEW permanently. I don't know if it's a permanent situation. But I thought he was doing really well in New Japan and Ring of Honor. But, I mean, if they're going to throw heaps of money, heaps Sanka. I was actually going to text you, Sanka, you dead man.
Yeah, man.
There is. You dead man. No man. Gotta finish the race. God, I love that movie. So, yep, Jeff Cobb and AEW. That's the thing. Anything else touch your mind, your soul, your heart, your nether regions? You want to comment on, share with, converse about?
No, I'm good.
Shut up, I can't hit that note. I tried, goddammit, I tried. I can't go as high as a sousaphone. What do you want from me? Right? Isn't that what was played at the sousaphone? Wasn't that what the original Star Trek theme was played on?
What was it then?
Sousaphone?
I have no idea what sousaphone is.
God, you're so useless. No wonder you got the plague. Plaguey. I'm going to call you Plaguey now. Can I call you Plaguey?
I find that highly offensive, and absolutely you can.
Well, if you find it highly offensive, then I'm definitely going to call you Plaguey. Ooh, we should make a comic called Plaguey, and he's got a little skull mask.
Yeah.
You're so done with me.
A skull, a comic named Plaguey and a skull mask.
He's a little tiny guy. He's got a skull mask, kind of like a Cubone, but he's got like a hoodie. So like all you ever see is the skull mask, and he just walks around telling people dumb shit.
Should it be a skull mask or should it be like one of those like medieval doctor mask things that look like giant birds? Yeah.
No, it should be a skull. Just call him Plaguey, because it'll be like he's already had the plague, hence the skull.
Ah.
And then we could have Doctor. He has the plague mask on, and he's Plaguey's advisor, and he just always says dumb shit like, "If you eat a rose, a dolphin will be born in a volcano of ice." And Plague will just be like, "That's solid wisdom there, Chief." You're so high right now, aren't you? And then Doctor just goes so high. Because he's only on bath salts. It's what he eats. I love this comic. It's a great idea. It'll be in the tone of like Invader Zim, so it'll be like super dark, but it's also super witty. And we'll make it topical. We'll talk about it'll be like topical crises like, the Red Scare and McCarthyism. Only the most topical of ideas. Maybe we'll even get to that whole brewing situation in Belgium with Franz Ferdinand. God, I sure hope no one shoots him. That would lead to some bad stuff, some bad juju. Let me tell you.
Real bad juju.
Let me tell you. That dude's super important. So that's all I got for this week then. Unless you got anything else you want to add.
Nope.
I'm like 75-25 serious about this comic idea, by the way.
Oh, I know you are. I'm familiar with your ramblings.
Yes. So with all that being said, we're done. RealNerdCorp.com, RealNerdCorp.com. I got to do a WCW before midnight, so we'll see if that happens. We're also on Twitter at NERDCORP. We're on Instagram at RealNerdCorp. YouTube.com/WrestlingUnderground. Twitch.tv/WrestlingUnderground. I think those are both right. Just search us on YouTube or Twitch if you can't find us. Or on Google. And then add like Wrestling Underground Twitch and yeah. or Wrestling Underground and Google or YouTube. And yeah. So, Zach, your personals are. Hang on.
You got it.
Doctor. No. God, it's been so long. We haven't done a show in like 3 weeks. You know that, right?
I know.
Radiance
I'm
2020. There
aware.
it is. There it is. Came to me. RADIANCE 2020 on both DeviantArt and Instagram. That's Radiance 2020 on DeviantArt and Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at ChadNerdCorp, ChadNerdCorp, as well as on the Instagram at Chad's Photo Hut. I'm singing the song of Zach's people to him.
I can't tell it because you keep cutting out when you try to get high, but like the Star Trek original series thing.
Yes.
Okay.
That is exactly what I'm doing.
Fantastic. Did you watch Picard?
I've been keeping abreast of it because I am covering it for a website.
Is it good? What's your take?
Do you like the Next Generation TV show?
I do.
You will not like Picard.
I didn't think I would.
It's super depressing. It's basically Logan 2 with Charles Xavier back in the saddle.
Fantastic.
So if you didn't like Logan, you're not going to like Picard. They even named it Picard to make it more like Logan. Because the whole name thing.
Of course. I thought Logan was highly thought it was a solid okay. But yeah, everything I saw of Picard, I mean, it looks like it could be interesting, but it also doesn't look like Star Trek at all.
Yeah, it's super.
So, yeah, it continues to boggle my mind that you have the Orville, which is like a very pure Star Trek with a little bit of a spoof in there too. But then everything that's being made by Star Trek right now is just so not Star Trek.
Yeah, and the problem that I'm finding as a writer now for a Star Trek-based website is people don't like being told that the new Star Trek is very different from the old Star Trek. There are people who legit don't like the new Star Trek, and there are people who legit hate the old Star Trek. Then there are people who think the new Star Trek is as good as the old Star Trek, and we should all just shut the fuck up. And I'm just sitting here going, hoo-hoo! So, I'm staying the fuck out of it.
I mean, I agree. Everyone should just shut the fuck up. But I disagree in that they're just as good as each other.
I'm going to be honest with you. In all the fandoms that we've ever played in, the Star Trek fandom is the worst.
Is it?
Holy shit. Oh my God. I write sports for a living, Zach. I get less hate from sports fans than I do from Trek fans. Holy fuck, these are immature douche nozzles. Not all of them, just the ones that feel the need to attack me on a daily basis.
Of course. The vocal minority.
The aggressive vocal minority. That's why Twitter invented a mute button, so thank God for that. So, yeah, we did all the rundowns and all this stuff, so be sure to check us out. And, yeah, Thackeray, unless you have anything else you would like to add.
No.
All right, then we are done for the night.
I'm good.
Thack, why don't you say goodnight?
Good night, Johnny Swinger.